Hello, myself and Tripod have been having a right shindig, and this is Board Deck and Dice. Today we are looking at Cube Quest, a two-player game that is about cubes. Each team has a crown cube which represents their king. They must place their king within the castle walls, and then using other cubes, apart from these two, which I'll mention later, they must build up some sort of defence. They can do this however they want. Some cubes are more valuable than others, and generally scatter them out. There might be a rule about cubes being connected to the castle, I can't rightly remember. You can go up vertically. I mainly play this with my son, so we play simple rules. And you can have something like that, and then this side, let's move those out. They get their king in there and they go, "Way, messy castle, ah, beat that." And what each team is trying to do is to flick their cubes into the other person's cubes and knock the king off. As soon as you knock the king off, it is a win to you. Now, you'll notice the cubes have pictures on, but they also have shadows on some sides, and the balance is different. So this orc has 2 picture faces but 4 shadow faces. This soldier here has 4 picture faces and only 1, 5 and 1. Gift of maths. 5 and 1 in terms of shadow. Why that's important is because as soon as you flick a dice, see that one? A cube, not a dice, a cube into your opponent's area, you look, and if it's landed on the shadow side, you take it away, roll it, and if it comes up shadow, it gets captured by your opponent, but if it comes face up, you get to leave it where it is. So that one would have been captured. They would then flick back. Theirs has landed face up, so that's fine. You carry on like that until one of the kings gets knocked out, which can happen on the first turn or the 15th turn in. Now, technically all cubes have kind of special powers. These ones here are freeze cubes, and instead of flicking, you can place one of these on top of an opponent's cube anywhere. So I could place it there to stop him flicking that, and that stays there until it falls off from a flicked action, effectively freezing their player. The health cubes, you can use those to choose 6 cubes that have been captured or knocked off and roll them, and any that appear face up you can put back onto your castle. But they start on the mat as opposed to off the mat. Other cubes all have sort of different powers. This one can be flicked twice as long as the first flick doesn't land across the wall. This one can be removed from the board and put back later. There's all sorts of things. When my son and I play this, we tend to get all the cubes out and just go for it in a kind of mega melee style. But there are rules if you want to be a bit more strategic, and each cube has a cost, and you can only have 40 points max per game. Now, if you're playing strategic, you're playing all the powers, that might be quite a good way to play. You have a bit of difference in the teams, buildings. Like I say, my son's 6, we just put all the cubes on and go hell for leather. We started playing some of the powers, but we don't necessarily use all of them. And that's it, you're just flicking at each other, trying to get to that king. You can build towers and flick from them, and flick, 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 until someone wins. The instructions are easy to understand. There isn't a simple variant, there's only this variant in the instructions, but as I say, you can easily play your own variants. The mats are mouse mat style, nice, sometimes a bit difficult to make sit flat, and in my first copy I didn't have the wall copy, I had 3 castles. Gamewright sorted that out for me and sent out this replacement, which does make it a bit different because you've got this halfway dividing line, and me and my son tend to play our pieces originally right up against the wall, and then the other one will block them. Intimidation factor, it's just a set of cubes, mouse mats, and that's it. No intimidation factor, but it is the game that my son wants to play time and time again. He loves all the harbour ones, he loves coconuts, he loves Looping Louie, but this, if he has a free choice, this or Pitch Car are the games that he will come back to time and time again. And I got this dead cheap as well. I'd recommend it. It's a great little game. You might need to iron your mats, but we just leave the bumps in because it makes for an extra element. And like I say, he wins 90% of the time. I've beaten him twice. One of those was only with one flick and I knocked his king out. Anyway, I've been Board Deck and Dice and you've been watching... I said that wrong, didn't I? Thanks for watching Board Deck and Dice. I'm not Board Deck and Dice. That would be a ridiculous name for a person, but a great name for a YouTube channel. See you next time.